Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. This is a wonderful day, and I'm delighted to welcome all of you to the historic Upstate Medical University. I see the frowns and saying, what's historic? Well, let me tell you. The very first co-ed medical school in the country is Upstate. The very first. The very first woman physician in the country, Elizabeth Blackwell, graduated from? Come on. Upstate. The first black woman to graduate from a co-ed medical school also graduated from Upstate. That's very impressive. I think we lost. Okay, great. So Upstate has been welcoming everyone Hello? Yeah, we're back. What happens when you're in a historic place? Oh, of course. Thank you. Not a fault of the historic place, fault of an old person. So again, Upstate has been welcoming everyone for 175 years. A really remarkable record. And today, there is a remarkable parallel in welcoming two of our strongest supporters, Dr. King and Governor Hochul. Just think about the parallels. First woman physician from here, first black woman physician from here. Both of you have broken barriers. We absolutely celebrate that, welcome you, and are delighted you're here. The governor has been back. The governor has been back many times. It's not only her home, because she was at Syracuse University, but has come to celebrate all our victories over the last few years, but also has been extremely supportive through the pandemic. So we really appreciate it. Welcome back, Governor. And Dr. King has also come back a second time. He's just finished 64 campus tour in his first few months. Remarkable, incredible. So welcome back, Dr. King. If it takes a village to raise a child, it takes a state to raise a building this impressive. So we are grateful to very, very many people. I'm just going to Our elected leaders, thank you for giving us $71 million out of the $154 million that this building took. Thank you very much. Our very promotive business and community leaders, thank you. The terrific architects, engineers, construction workers who built this one-of-a-kind magnificent building, thank you. A special thanks to the great partners at the State University Construction Fund. I think they're hiding, which is their typical stance. They work hard, but they hide. I can't spot them. But thank you. You have really done a great job with a beautiful building. Thank you to the outstanding members of the Upstate Council. I do see many of you. Thank you for coming here. And the Upstate Foundation and its team. Hardworking, raise the money. Thank you very much for that. And a special thanks to the 11,000 amazing people who work at Upstate. You will find it much, much easier to provide the excellent care in this beautifully designed, user-friendly building. So thank you all for being here. I greatly appreciate your coming to celebrate with us. I'm delighted to honor Sam and Carol Nappi at the grand opening of this unique building that bears their name. Sam and Carol live by Mahatma Gandhi's words, "Be the change you want to see in the world." They told us that their very highest priority was to help build a world-class facility, assemble a renowned medical team, and fund groundbreaking research with a focus of curing, not just managing, but curing Alzheimer's disease, on a better understanding of brain health and on improving wellness. They are the change they wanted to see. A key feature of the Nappi Wellness Institute is the expanded, it's tripled in size, multidisciplinary Center of Excellence for Alzheimer's disease within the Department of Geriatrics. There are also numerous clinical trials going on right now and a rich portfolio of cutting-edge research in brain diseases. To ensure this bold idea succeeds, the Nappis made a very generous gift of $8 million, one of the largest, thank you, one of the largest in Upstate's history and the largest to the Upstate Foundation. Carol and Sam, thank you. Thank you for your vision, your generosity, and very importantly, for your commitment to doing this right in our community. The Nappi's naming gift is acknowledged on the facade and obvious. Not so obvious is their incredible generosity over the years and frankly across continents. Locally, they have made major gifts to St. Joseph's and Syracuse University and many to Upstate. They funded the Violence Education Prevention Outreach Program to respond to the increasing violence in our community. A program to help high-risk cardiac patients addicted to opioids. Research in honor of Tim Green. They partnered with the Upstate Foundation to create an endowment for ALS. Grants to fund Upstate Syracuse University research collaborations, and clinical research associates to accelerate Alzheimer's disease clinical trials, and we have about 9 of them right now, and support a unique, nationally recognized program to increase diversity in clinical trials. As you know, that's a major problem. We finish a trial and we have no idea what it does to the diverse population. And they supported a remarkable range of causes across the world. Just one example. Sam serves as a trustee of Kabul University. When Afghanis who worked with the US had to flee, Carol and Sam Nappi asked me to help 4 Afghani women who were interested in healthcare. They committed to fully support their education, whether they wanted to be a doctor, nurse, or a physician assistant. That is generosity. Thank you so much. Upstate is truly fortunate to have Sam and Carol Nappi as partners to make this a better world for all of us. Carol, Sam, thank you very much. Let's give them another hand. The Nappi Wellness Institute building in front of you is unique. It will be the first and only health care facility in New York that is well certified. Not LEED certified, which it is, but also well certified. From now on, patients, students, and staff who walk through its doors will be in an environment where the building itself supports healing and wellness by meeting strict standards for air, water, nourishment, light, fitness, mind, and comfort. All programs at Nappi will provide the highest level of expert care, often available only at Upstate, for children, for adults, and for older adults. And each program is infused with behavioral health, which is another first in the region. My doctor will be in this building. I will get the very best care in the state's only healing building. But what delights me even more is that the same excellent care in the very best building in the state will be as easily available to the most disadvantaged person in our community. Being the first co-ed medical school, graduating the first woman physician and the first black woman physician from a co-ed medical school are part of our proud history. The Nappi Wellness Institute is our future. It is a bright future, since this is the first of 4 buildings that Upstate will be opening this year. And it's a future firmly based on our tradition of providing the very best care and education and welcoming everybody. That is the Upstate promise, and I'm excited to cut the ribbon and have you walk into the future of Upstate and the future of healthcare. Thank you all for being here. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce Dr. John King, our incredibly well-educated, accomplished, and visionary SUNY Chancellor. Chancellor King has a BA from Harvard, a JD from Yale, and a doctorate in education from Columbia. That's an education, sir. In a career dedicated to promoting public education, Dr. King has served as the New York State's Education Commissioner and as the 10th U.S. Secretary of Education in President Obama's cabinet. His State of the University address 2 days ago, which is recorded, and I would encourage you to listen to it, was an inspiring clarion call to find and build on the very best of every person in the state and of SUNY. Please help me to welcome Chancellor Dr. King.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be here today for this ribbon cutting. I want to thank Dr. Dewan for inviting me today, and I want to express my gratitude to Governor Hochul for joining us here today. We are incredibly grateful at SUNY for the governor's steadfast support of public higher education, of SUNY, and of the medical sciences. I want to recognize Senator May and Senator Mannion, who are here with us, Assemblyman Sturpey, and I believe Assemblywoman Hunter was on her way as well. I want to especially thank Sam and Carol Nappi for their generous donation, which is one of the largest gifts in the history of Upstate Medical, and it's quite true that without their support, we would not be standing here today. Can we recognize again the Nappi family? As Dr. Dewan mentioned, as Chancellor, one of the things I've done in my early months is visit every one of our 64 campuses. And I was here just a few weeks ago visiting Upstate Medical University. I saw firsthand the excellent care that is provided to patients, the cutting-edge, world-class research that is happening here, and also the incredible work that's happening to prepare a diverse, skilled, and empathetic healthcare workforce, from doctors to nurses to all manner of other healthcare professionals. The Nappi Institute is a remarkable and purposeful addition to Upstate Medical. Having multiple specialists in one location can make life so much easier for those relying on medical care when they need to see multiple doctors. This new facility helps to ensure that patients at Upstate are served with the greatest care, they need with the greatest ease. This facility strikes a particular chord with me, not only because of the quality services it will provide to the community, not only because of the opportunity it will provide for training of healthcare professionals we desperately need, but in particular because of the focus on Alzheimer's disease. When I was a kid, when I was little, my mom passed away when I was 8 years old. And in the period after my mom passed away, I lived with my dad. My dad was struggling with Alzheimer's. And in the 4 years before he passed away, when I was 12, I experienced the terrifying world of those who suffer from this horrible disease and the suffering of their loved ones who suffer alongside them. I didn't know what my father would be like from one night to the next. Some nights he'd talk to me, some nights he wouldn't say a word. Some nights he'd be sad, other nights angry, even violent. And at the time, I didn't know why. I remember one night he woke me up 2 a.m, told me it was time to go to school. I was in 4th, 5th grade. And I remember being on the staircase in our house and clinging to a banister. And my father pulling me on the stairs and saying, it's time to go to school. And I remember saying to him, no, Daddy, it's not time to go to school. And I remember the fear I felt and the fear I could see in him. This is a horrible disease. And living with and caring for someone with Alzheimer's is complicated. It can often be emotionally and physically taxing and isolating. It can lead to higher levels of stress, anxiety, depression, burnout for the caregivers. But by using the latest practices and resources to care for people living with Alzheimer's, the Nappi Wellness Institute will improve the patient experience, it will improve outcomes for the disease, and it will provide a desperately needed lifeline for the caregivers. So I can truly say that today is a fantastic day to see the fruits of Upstate's labor rewarded with this incredible facility. I am deeply personally grateful to the Nappis for supporting this project, to the state of New York for investing in the patient care we desperately need in this area. And I'm thrilled to be here, and I just want to ask that we applaud all the people who played any role in creating this incredible space. And now I have the distinct pleasure of introducing our next speaker, who is no stranger to Syracuse. Our governor has served admirably at every level of government, from town board to county clerk to member of Congress to the governor's mansion. Her commitment to New Yorkers to give them every opportunity to succeed is to be commended, and we greatly appreciate her focus on education to make that happen for generations to come. We were honored earlier this week when Governor Hochul spoke at SUNY's State of the University address. Governor Hochul has been an extraordinary champion of SUNY, and her commitment to SUNY being the best public higher education system in the country is one of the reasons I decided to come home to New York to serve as chancellor. The health and well-being of every individual in our state is of the utmost importance to Governor Hochul, and one of the reasons she is here with us today. It is a pleasure to introduce our 57th governor of the state of New York, Governor Kathy Hochul.
I was watching the microphone go up and up with each speaker. It's time to bring it back down. Thank you. What a joy it is to be back here. And I know you all think I'm wearing orange and blue because it's Syracuse and I went to Syracuse, but it's also a reminder that today is Gun Violence Awareness Day. And I want to thank all the people who work at Upstate for saving lives of people who are victims of shootings in our own community right here. So to them, I give a special shout out on this day, all the men and women, the nurses, the doctors, the lifesavers who are restoring some sense of civility and sanity back in our community. Dr. Dewan, it is a joy to see you in action as well. You are so passionate about the work that you do here. I came to visit often during the pandemic, and to see the pride in all the researchers who are working tirelessly through a frightening time, very frightening time in our history, that they showed up every day with this sense of purpose to try to find cures, how we can help save lives, not just here, but across the planet. So I've always been inspired by this place, but now more than ever before. So let's give a round of applause to our leader, Dr. Dewan. And I want to thank our chancellor for saying yes when we recruited him. I had known of his incredible work when he was our commissioner of education, but President Obama, in search of the smartest people in the country to be part of his cabinet, took him away, and he went and served as our secretary of education. For him to come back home to New York and to lead SUNY Upstate, but also the entire SUNY system into a phenomenal future under your leadership, I'm grateful. Chancellor Dr. John King, let's give him another round of applause. I am joined by incredible leaders you have sent to Albany on your behalf. We have Senator John Mannion. I want to thank him for all he has done for this community. I see Senator Rachel May. Thank you, Senator May. And of course, Al Sturpey, who's been here for quite a while. It's great. You've got the senior guy here, a little longer than some of your colleagues stood. I want to thank our assignment as well. I think we also have some of our county legislators, Linda Irwin and Peggy Chase. Are you here, Linda and Peggy? They're my friends. Great to see you again. Great to see you. And Randy Wolkin, our co-chair of the Regional Economic Development Council, is here, I believe, as well. But today goes to the Nappi family. And I'm a fairly new grandma myself, so I'm always noticing babies in a crowd, and I'll tell you, Leo is adorable. So let's welcome a 9-week-old member of the Nappi family to this event today. Congratulations to your family. Congratulations. I don't think I can explain in more personal terms the impact of Alzheimer's on families than our chancellor just did. To have your childhood stolen like that, you had to become an adult very quickly, losing your mom, but then also having to be someone who was perhaps understood things more than your own father at a young age. That may be a reason why that you are so committed to serving others. And I understand even more about your life story and your journey here. So every family who has to see a loved one deteriorate with Alzheimer's, it is so frightening because you don't know what the future brings. You don't know if it's going to get worse. And to date, there's not been a cure. Same thing happened to my grandparents and many, many other family members. We saw that. You don't recognize the person that you knew so well. But I believe we've reached a turning point. I feel so confident because of what we're doing here and will continue to do here in this magnificent space, a place of healing, a place of love, a place of compassion that you've created here. So Sam and Carol, I am so grateful that there are New Yorkers like you who are so selfless, so giving of your community, that yes, you could have done anything with $8 million, and you have been so generous to the university. And we talked about the fact that, I didn't know this, you were the ones who came up with the gift to name the football field after Ernie Davis. As a student here, starting the year Sam did, we won't say the year, but if you want to fact check, it's also the same year that Jim Boeheim started as coach here, so we go back a little bit. But I worked hard as a student to try and have Ernie Davis recognized with his name on the Carrier Dome. Clearly I lost that battle because it was the Carrier Dome, but I was so proud to know that Ernie Davis received the recognition. That's the kind of people the Nappis are, to do something so selfless. But this is the greatest of all contributions, because it's going to be a place where people walk in these doors uncertain of a diagnosis, uncertain of their future, uncertain of the lives of their loved ones, or whether they're going to be okay or not, and they're going to walk out of here with some hope. And that is the greatest gift you can give to this community and to the people of this state. So I'm grateful that we could support this as well. I know the state came up with over $70 million. Again, thank you to my partners in state government. And we're going to do groundbreaking research here. And I don't need to run through all the statistics about how many people are suffering from Alzheimer's today. But it is almost 7 million today. It'll be 13 million in just a matter of years, in our lifetime, 13 million. And that's 11 million people right now are caregivers. Those caregivers need to know there's something out there that they can give them some sense of hope and purpose. That's what this is all about. That's why I'm so proud to be here. And that's why I want to thank everyone who's been part of this incredible journey to be here this day. Those of you who continue to walk in here and help your fellow human beings. My friends, there's no greater calling than what we're doing right here today. I hope you all feel that sense of history that we're making. It's not the same history that Dr. Dewan talked about, but it is our own history. We're making history today by putting down the marker and saying we will eradicate the disease of Alzheimer's starting right here in central New York at SUNY Upstate, and you have been part of making this history. Congratulations to everyone for all you're doing here today. And it is especially sweet to be able to introduce someone who spent over 20 years of her life as a psychiatric therapist at Upstate University here, Medical University. You've been a strong advocate, Carol, for so many people and helping give people that sense they're going to be okay. So I want to thank you for what you've done in philanthropy, but even before that, learning firsthand the challenges that our healthcare workers are going through. You lived it yourself. And now to take this opportunity to give back and help those workers have a nurturing, caring environment to work in, I think that is extraordinary. Ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you Carol Nappi, and a huge round of applause to her and to Sam for your incredible gratitude and the entire Nappi family.
Good afternoon. We would like to thank everyone who has joined us today. A special thanks to Governor Kathy Hochul for taking the time to be with us, as well as SUNY Chancellor John B. King Jr. and the many lawmakers and community leaders who have helped provide support over the years to the Central New York community. On behalf of Sam and our family, welcome to the Nappi Wellness Institute. Today, we joyfully celebrate this grand opening with gratitude, grace, and such hope for the future. We are so thankful to so many of you who have been with this endeavor every step of the way so that this day would finally become a reality. There are certain people to recognize with seeing this wonderful facility through. First and foremost, SUNY Upstate Medical University President, Dr. Mantosh Dewan, for his leadership and unwavering ability to find a path forward, given some of the challenges along the way, along with Upstate Hospital CEO, Dr. Robert Corona, and VP of Development, Upstate Medical University, and Upstate Foundation Director, Eileen Pezzi. We would also like to thank Director of Special Services, Special Projects, Matthew Capogreco, for making things happen at the building site, seamless throughout the building process. Thank you, everyone on the building team. This is an important time in Central New York history and growth. Many of us grew up in the boom days of the many well-known, long-standing manufacturers and businesses that supported our community. We are now transitioning in Central New York in a profound way. And Upstate Medical University campus is very much a part of this growth and change. Within our family giving plan, Sam and I have supported philanthropic medical research and expansion for over 35 years. One of our goals and passion is to help where we believe it's needed most and where it can affect change. We have a focus on medical research, some of which is happening here at Upstate in brain health. We have worked with amazing, passionate, internationally recognized clinicians and scientists here at Upstate Medical University. Sam and I will continue to support Upstate on its journey into the future. As the largest medical center and employer in the 5-county region, Upstate is just not a top SUNY medical school and hospital. It is the vital lifeblood of our community. We are in a unique place for the future. The stars are aligned. We have had the privilege of back-to-back, dynamic, proactive county executives like Joni Mahoney and now Ryan McMahon. They created opportunity that attracted investment from multinational companies. The CHIPS Act of 2022 and our senior U.S. senators and governor helped bring $100 billion of investment to our community. But make no mistake, in our view, the largest developmental deal ever closed in New York State was sealed because of our governor. With competitive offer over all the other states in the nation. That's right, the nation. That takes vision, focus, and experience. Central New York will have growth for decades. The 50,000 new Micron-related jobs will require medical needs and a growing educated workforce. Education is important to our growth. Under the governor's leadership, she promised to enlist the best to make SUNY even better, and she is delivering. Today, SUNY Chancellor King is here, a renowned education leader. We are hopeful and look forward to seeing the Upstate Medical University campus be part of the SUNY rebuilding process. There is a bright future ahead for the city of Syracuse and Central New York region. We know the Nappi Wellness Institute will bring years of innovative medical services to the region. We are especially grateful to have the new home of the Joslin Diabetes Center under the leadership of Dr. Ruth Weinstock at the Nappi Wellness Institute. We are also grateful to have the new home of the Department of Geriatric Medicine and the Yoshiko Kawayachi Carley Center for Memory Care and Research under the leadership of Dr. Sharon Bragman. Lastly, we want to thank the many doctors, nurses, scientists, teachers, and technicians that dedicate their careers to compassionately helping others daily at Upstate Medical and surrounding hospitals. You all have inspired our family who are here with us in attendance today, who proudly practice medicine at Upstate Medical. It's truly a testimony to shared giving of oneself and skills by staying in our community to help others. My husband, Sam, often uses a quote from the great educator Horace Mann. I think it's appropriate today. Be ashamed to die until you have won some victory for humanity. We believe we are all winners when we each give back. Thank you all again for joining us. We are looking forward to continued exciting, innovative growth on the Upstate campus. May you all enjoy a blessed day, and if you're around someone without a smile, please just give them yours and kindly ask them to pass it on. Thank you.
of you guys with scissors.
Matt, you want me to move that flag now?